Hi friends, it's Joan at 10 Pentacles Tarot, and I have been debating on making this video for probably at least a year, and I finally decided to do it because maybe some of you have had experiences like this as well. Right around 2008, 9, 10, my husband and I and our son, Joel, lived in a little brick house in LaGrange, Kentucky, and it was a haunted house. I just know it was. No other place I've lived have I had experiences like I had in that house. And at the time, and I just found this, which is what prompted me to do this video, I had started a notebook called Normal Paranormal, The Everyday Unexplained. And this was the book I was going to write. Now, it's full of paranormal stuff, EVP stuff, things we recorded, and of the transcripts of it rather. And I was looking through it, and I found where I had written one of the things that happened, and I thought I'd share this with you. And if this is something you like, if you'd like to hear more stories like this, let me know. And this is completely true. So I have written on March 28th, 2010, this happened 2 days after the new moon on March 17th, which was St. Patrick's Day. And it says, the biggest thing that has happened in a long time happened on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. Joel, that's our son, went to bed at his usual time at 9:30, and Michael and I went to bed somewhere between 10 and 10:30. At around 11:30 p.m., I know this because I looked at the clock when it was all over. I was having a bad dream. I dreamt there were bugs swarming by my head, on the bed, and up and down the bedpost. They were about 3/4 of an inch long, and they looked like a cross between ants and Madagascar hissing cockroaches, which, I just don't like those. And it actually doesn't surprise me that I was dreaming about ants, because we've had ants in the house everywhere lately. Anyway, I woke up and there was nothing there. And when I blinked and looked again, there was something. I'm not sure what it was, but something moved, and I started screaming hysterically because I knew I was awake and there was something there, and I thought it was a bug, or there were the bugs I had dreamed about. I couldn't stop screaming. I was just screaming hysterically, and I was scooting toward my husband on the bed, and I heard him yell, "What is it?" And I screamed, "A bug, a bug, a bug." I'm not a hysterical person, but for some reason, this totally freaked me out. He started crawling over me, and he said, "That's no bug." And when it was all over and I wasn't screaming anymore, Michael turned the light on. Joel woke up and said, "What's going on? You're scaring me." I said, "I'm scared too. It was a bad dream." Our hearts were pounding so hard that our chests actually hurt. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. Michael got up and he checked the house, and he turned on Joel's nightlight, even though Joel said he didn't need it. And that was 2010, so Joel was about 15 years old. And I sat up on the side of the bed. Michael came back in the room, and he told me when I screamed, he woke up and saw something. When I asked him what, he said, "A person." Now, of course, I wanted more information, but he said he couldn't talk about it because he kept getting cold chills. After he said that, I got up. I turned on every light in the house, paced around for a while, looked everywhere in every closet, and then I went back to bed with the light on. When I wrote this, it says, "For the past 11 days, we've slept every night with the light on in the bedroom." At 6:30 this morning, I got up to go to the bathroom. I told Michael he could turn the light off, but when he did, he said it was really dark. So I went and got the nightlight out of the bathroom, and we used that. But back to what Michael saw. This is what he told me the next morning. He said that what he saw when I screamed was a man standing beside the bed, a tall, thin man. At first he thought it was Joel, because Joel's tall and thin, but then he realized that the hair was wrong. He said the man had reddish blonde hair and a thin face, and he thought he was wearing green. The man was looking down at me and smiling. When Michael looked at him, He said the man started kneeling down like he was trying to hide beside the bed. And that was when Michael started to climb over me. But when he looked over the edge of the bed, no one was there. And even though he looked under the bed, no one could have fit under the bed because there's not enough room for a person. When I tried to figure out whose spirit it could have been, the only person I could think of was my father in his younger years. Michael said the man looked to be in his late 20s. I dug out some old pictures of my dad, and Michael said it could have been him, but he wasn't sure. He said the man's hair was short and combed straight back from his face. The more I think about it, the less I think it could have been my dad. He passed on in 1978, and why would he decide to visit in 2010? I think I might be finally ready to sleep with a nightlight instead of a lamp now. And none of this really seemed to bother Joel at all. So that is the story. And I'll tell you what, all these years later, it's now 2023, I still have to sleep with a nightlight on. And so does my husband. Whatever that was that he saw scared him that much. And he's not one to scare easily. I will never forget that. I will never forget that, when that happened. It was horrifying. Now, there are a lot of other stories in this book. But what I think about when I think about that one is that and I think it must have been in between sleep and awake when I saw the bugs. It's like I saw bugs, but my husband saw a man. Now, I've heard something about that before, that sometimes your mind turns something paranormal or something that you can't accept that you're seeing into something that you can accept. And I'm not sure if that's what happened or not. Michael has been seeing spirits since he was a child, and so that was not unusual for him. I hope he doesn't mind my saying that. But anyway, so, if you know any relation between like seeing bugs or seeing other things besides spirits when something spiritual is going on, let me know. I have got a whole book of happenings from that house. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more like this, please let me know. I've got a lot of ammo right here. I can share more. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please do so. It's free for you, and it helps me out a lot. I want to thank you for being here. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is where you are. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.